Most people have never been taught how to make educated decisions. So I have come up with my own, I came up with this over the course of the last 10 years, my own 5-step process that I use when I have to make decisions that scare me. If I had, remember the speaking gig in Austin? Not that it's a big deal, but I could have gotten a bunch of clients. It's just, to this day, I will never know, right? If I had used this, I probably would have gone. And who knows what would have happened. So use this for any situation. But remember, we talked last night about we stop ourselves mostly around money. Money and time, actually. Would you say that those are your 2 biggest obstacles? Money and time. Okay. So, number 1, write this down. Get clear on your goals. What is the end result? Can saying yes to this opportunity get me closer and faster to my goal? Can saying yes to this opportunity get me closer and faster to my goal? When Derek used to teach internet marketing, he used to do this 3-day internet marketing class event. People would say, should I buy Facebook ads? Should I buy this? Should I invest in that? It's pretty expensive. He said, you don't have to, but you're going to spend either way. You're going to either spend time doing it on your own, figuring it out, and that can be 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, figuring it out till you get mastery. So you're spending, and time is money, right? Or you can spend money. Doesn't have to be a lot of money, but as you invest, the compound interest comes. So if it's a question of money, let it be because you want to hire that employee, because you want to invest in that book coach, because whatever it is, right? Ask yourself, will saying yes to this opportunity get me closer and faster to my goal? Because the easy route is not to spend the money. But what's not easy is delaying the results. Deep breath in. So you just get clear on your goals and you say, if you are clear about your goals and you take several steps in the right direction every day, eventually you will succeed. So decide what it is that you want, write it down, review it, and each day do something that moves you forward towards your goal. So this is literally the question that I ask myself. I know this is the most obvious one, okay? Number 2, but you'd be surprised at how many people don't think about that. Number 2, calculate your return on investment. If I could make my financial investment back by 2 to 4 times over my lifetime, would it be a smart investment? What about 10 times? So I teach marketing. And I got to a point in marketing, as you know, I'm ready to go to my next level. I got to a point in marketing that I need the next level of digital marketing. I need higher levels of Google ads and Facebook ads and YouTube and funnels and stuff like that. All the stuff that I teach you, that Kiva teaches you. But I had to look and say, Fabienne, are you playing a big enough game? No, I wasn't playing a big enough game with my digital marketing if I want to get to the next level. I was doing fine if I wanted to stay here. And I was like, so we found a wonderful company that could help us. And then it was like, oh, yeah, you are good. I can tell by the rate, right? Top of the line. And like every business, there's always, not the money is not always there in the bank. Can you honor that? It's not like I'm sitting on $2 million in the bank. I'm an entrepreneur just like you. I'm going to reinvest it the minute I have it. Are you like that? Right. So I'm like, okay, so it's not, at first, my reptilian brain or whatever they call it goes to, wow, I don't know, that's a lot to go out of my bank account. But I was thinking wrong. I had to go back to my educated decision process and say, but wait a minute. What if I made back 2 to 4 times the investment over the course of my life or my career? What about 10 times? Would it be worth it? You tell me. Yes. And so I made the decision. And I hustled. Like you hustle, you make things happen. So calculate your return on investment. And I'm really glad I did. Like, I think it needs to be said. Number 3, consider the alternative. What happens if I don't say yes? Would I want to be in the exact same situation in 1 year? In 5 years? So if I'm going to use that same example, it's like, okay, Fabienne, what if you said no? Would you complain in a year that you're still in the same position when your dreams are big? What about 5 years? Would you kick yourself? Then what are you doing, Fabienne? Like, figure it out. Is this helpful so far? Yeah? Okay, good. So I considered the alternative. Number 4, consult your intuition. The fears are going to be loud, okay? But if I silence my fears for a moment, what does my gut tell me about what to do? If I silence my fears, do I feel happily pulled into my future by doing this? Right? Because I'll probably teach this later on today, but I want to explain the difference. There's 2 voices going on inside your head. There's one that's very loud. You can't do this. I mean, what might happen? You're making a mistake. You're not good enough. This is not for you. Blah, 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 blah. And then, underneath all the noise, all the loud noise, there's a whisper. I believe in you. I'm bringing you this because you asked for it. You can do anything you set your mind to. You've got everything it takes. Trust yourself. Trust life. What's the difference between the 2 voices? You tell me. Which voice is which? What's that? Hope versus fear, exactly. This loud voice that is non-supportive is the ego. Remember we talked yesterday? The ego wants to keep you soft, small and safe. Safe, perceived safety, doesn't want you to grow. This is the ego. This small voice underneath that believes in you, that's benevolent, that Who is this? It's the divine. You can call it your intuition. You can call it the divine. You can call it your higher self, your deeper knowing, your heart. Most people don't listen to this because this is so loud. And this is the tape that goes on in your head. You know what I'm talking about, right? I don't have to explain this to you too much. And it really takes a skillful person to be able to silence their fears and their ego for a minute and say, what do I really want? What do I really want? And if fear were not real, what would I do? And if I could figure out a way to afford this or to find the time, would this be beneficial for me? And consult your intuition. Number 5, trust yourself. And this is the faith versus fear place. If I came from a place of faith, trusting life, trusting myself, rather than fear, would I say yes to whatever this opportunity is? Let your faith be bigger than your fear. That's what I've witnessed about people who achieve things that others dream about achieving, is that they will not get stopped by fear in the same way that others will. It takes a risk. Not everything is guaranteed to work in life. Right? Are you with me? Not everything is guaranteed. But if you can trust yourself and you can hustle, do you want to say something? If you can trust yourself and say, you know what? If I make a mistake, well, at least I tried. That's what Nancy was saying up here yesterday, right? At least I tried. Yes.
Alice with it'sallinthenarrative.com. I want to help mothers who have lost infants through miscarriage, stillbirth, and infant deaths. We were talking about...
Thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you.
And I remember you so much from last year being up at that mic.
I appreciate it so much.
You were actually up at that mic.
Yes.
Yes.
Switching it up this year.
Yeah.
We were talking about the vortex, and this goes back to our faith.
Yep.
The vortex is this beautiful thing here.
Yep.
Opening us up. And we think when we get in the vortex, now we're moving, we're flowing, the answers are coming to us, we're making decisions, our life is building. But let's not forget that when we're out of the vortex, we're not just out of the vortex. The opposite of our good is beating us, harming us, telling us we're not worth anything.
Yeah.
We mean nothing. Now, my message means everything. As a mother, having lost a child, I can tell you that life changes. There's this moment when you think that you can go through life and you can figure out answers, you can take care of yourself, that you can save yourself from a lot of things in the world. And when my son died, the roof came off my ceiling, and I realized I am vulnerable to everything that this world could possibly throw down on me. I had to decide if I was going to play small. I lost my marriage. I had to start raising my children by myself. But I tell you one thing, it is the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. It made me strong, it made me knowledgeable, it opened my mind to search out the answers. There's no reason why anybody suffers in this world that they have to live their life with pain and anger and loss, because you can then figure out, what do I do now? What does this mean? Where can I go? I wanted to help people for years, and I denied it because I did not know how. I found Fabienne, and I listened, and I prayed, and I opened my heart. I joined Bold Heart last year with the support of my husband, who loves me, but I know he was scared.
Yeah.
But he took the risk on me. I will tell you that I did not fulfill my promise to him the way that we want to. But I also know that I took the chance, he took the chance on me, and I changed my life. I quit my job with the Lord's support and my husband's support. He quit his job.
Wow.
He was a 30-year veteran of running a multi-million-dollar company, and he quit his job to move me down here to southern Georgia. Southern Georgia, not Atlanta. I live in the boonies, people. And I left my children in Utah. Now, they're adults. They're 23, 24, 25, and 26. And I left them to live their life. But what I wanted to share is don't forget that not only in the vortex, there is now, you're not just, there are things pounding at you, beating you down. Don't let it.
Yeah.
Because I could have laid down and gone to sleep and never woke up again.
Yeah,
and I would have been happy with that at some point. I am so grateful that I took the chance. Because now being here this time, everything's different.
Yeah. Woo! And the world will benefit from you playing a bigger game. Because you know how I said there are people in the middle of the night last night who are in pain? They don't know how to get over their grief, but you can help. And it's massively important that you become way bigger. I want you, okay, I have a hallucination about you. My hallucination for you is that you become a household name. When somebody suffers through that kind of grief, everybody knows, oh, I know just the person to refer you to. So keep trucking. Keep playing a bigger game. You are needed.
Desperately.
Desperately. Hi, Gail.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. I'm Gail Gruenberg. My company is Let's Get Organized, lgorganized.com, Westwood, New Jersey. Really fast. I heard recently that EGO is just an acronym for Easing God Out.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Yeah, give her a hand for that. So, we talked a lot about resistance. Was that helpful, that five-step process? Okay. Yeah. I would recommend that you put that, like you write it on a separate piece of paper or an index card, and you leave it somewhere at your desk. So whenever you are presented with an opportunity for anything, you just consult that and journal the answers. Okay?